In a world where creepypastas are deleted before you can say Jeff the Killer, only one man can save them from a fate worse than death. Behold, Umbi's World presents Deleted Creepypasta Theater.
Dillon Stanford, a 14-year-old boy. Long, messy brown hair, covering his right eye, and green eyes. A boy that would be just looked over if it wasn't for his eye bags and his pale skin. He stays late at night, causing him to get barely any sleep. He stayed up late just to read manga / watch shows online or listen to music. Dillon has 2 siblings. His older brother Jackson, who is 16 years old, and his younger sister Nicole, who is 12 years old. Dillon's father had to work until late night and would barely see their sons and his daughter on weekdays. And his mother barely spent time with them. He didn't like problems. He liked to keep things simple and controllable. But it was until he turned 14 that things were able to be kept simple. After that, it all went downhill. His sister suffered a car accident, and she would be left in a wheelchair for a couple months. School was too stressing, and his mother began being way too exigent, making him study until late night, even if it was on weekends. Everyone in school also starting being a problem. Dillon had a group of 7 classmates. Zach, John, Tyler, Mary, Laura, and him. They usually watched TV shows and anime and read manga, and they would talk about that and would enjoy their conversations. But one day, the bullies of the class, Jeremy, Amanda, and Cade, began talk trashing to them and bully them just for being too different. "Why you dumbasses keep watching those crappy cartoons?" said Cade. "Because we like them. Problems? No? Then go away," replied Zach.
"Yeah, I have a problem, and it's because you're childish,"
Amanda yelled. "Okay then, what should we do then?" asked Dillon. "You should be going to parties and be more social," replied Cade. "And if I don't want to?" said Dillon, but he was thrown to the ground by Jeremy. "You're so pathetic," said Jeremy. Zach attacked Jeremy, but his attack was stopped and he was hit in the face, leaving him in the ground unconscious. "You bastard!" yelled Dillon. Dillon completely snapped, like if a monster took over his body. It was something he'll never forget. He kicked Jeremy to the floor and kicked him in the stomach, causing him to cough up blood. But Jeremy got back up, and they fought until Dillon kicked him down again. No one told anybody about the fight, not even to the teachers, parents, etc. Dillon's mom continued to push him around, and school started being a pain. Teachers would begin to be way more exigent, and even after the beating that Dillon gave to those jerks, the bullying didn't stop. In fact, it only got worse. Dillon could feel like if his sanity was being evaporated away by stress, bullying, exigence, problems, fights, discussions, etc. At the end of the school year, Dillon's classmates organized a party, but Dillon couldn't go. He was too tired, so stressed, so overwhelmed that his hair was almost white because of a rare condition called Marie Antoinette syndrome, a sudden whitening of the hair caused by too much stress, shock, or pain. His sanity was almost completely drained out. The bullying he had suffered had gotten too bad. He was humiliated. He was humiliated, annoyed, talked trash off. If he went to the party, it would be just like a school day. But after thinking all of that, he snapped.
2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
I guess someone will have to be punished, he said to himself. He laughed like a psychopath after that, because he was a psychopath. He wasn't sane anymore. He put on blue shorts, a red t-shirt, and a black hooded jacket. He put some boots because it was raining. He needed a weapon whatsoever because he had some plans. He started looking around the house when he found his grandfather's collection of throwing knives, 24 in total. He put each of them inside his jacket's different pockets. He was ready now. After the party, Jeremy was walking back home when he walked into a man with a hoodie. "Hey, what are you looking at?" Jeremy said. "None of your business," the guy replied. Jeremy realized it was Dillon. He could recognize his voice. "So you dyed your hair white? Pff, freaking nerd," said Jeremy. Dillon unzipped his jacket, revealing his knives. "Whoa, hey, it was a joke. No need to get serious. We're all friends here," Jeremy said under a nervous voice. "A joke? All the trash talking and humiliation were a joke?" "Ha ha ha ha, I don't think so," said Dillon under a angry, crazy voice. In a fraction of a second, Jeremy felt a terrible pain in his throat. Dillon walked up to him and pulled the knife out of his throat, spilling the blood everywhere. "So, can you see the snow?" Dillon said with a psychotic voice. That day, most of the people at the party were killed, except 7. Currently, Dillon Stanford is currently missing. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not be exigent, I'm telling you why. Snowy Dillon's coming to town. He's making a list of 7 people. Actually, there's really only 6 people, including himself. Snowy Dillon's coming to town. He sees you reading manga and watching anime. He knows you beat up emo kids, so you better not beat up emo kids. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not be exigent, I'm telling you why. Snowy Dillon's coming to town. Doobity boobity boop.
Hate it.